22nd Psalm. The director of music, the psalmist, says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer, by night, and you are silent. Behind me is the hillside that was engulfed in flames. For so many of you, you remember that time a few years ago when we weren't really sure what was going to happen here. The high school got closed down, a few houses were lost in Brea, many more were lost in Yorba Linda and Anaheim Hills, and it's probably one of the more vivid memories that most of us have living through it. The hillsides are just devastated. It looked like a war zone when it was all done. Strange time for me who wasn't able to be here. One of the great crises of our community. It's interesting now to look at the hillsides because you can see life coming back. This is a great time of year because the rains have turned the vegetation green, and but you can also see in the trees that down from the ground a new tree is growing. Although the remnants of the burnt used tree still remains, there is life that has come back to the mountain. David goes on to say, give us a description of what it feels like to be in his shoes. Roaring lions tearing their prey open their mouths wide against me. I'm poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is turned to wax, it has melted away within me. My strength is dried up like a potsherd. My tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth, and you lay me in the dust of death. Dogs have surrounded me. A band of evil men have encircled me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. People stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them and cast lots for my clothing. That's a pretty incredible description of what it might be like to die on a cross. David would write it way before the actual historic event. Except he understood what it was like to feel the sense of abandonment. And he had the good sense to cry out to God to rescue him. Verse 19 by saying, but you, O Lord, be not far off. O my strength, come quickly to help me. Deliver my life from the sword, my precious life from the power of the dogs. Rescue me from the mouth of the lion, save me from the horns of the wild oxen. There is a sense that that in times of great abandonment, the best thing we could possibly do is cry out to the Lord, and He hears our cries and He rescues us. I like the fact that when you look at the cross, you don't see a pampered God, a God of privilege that has no idea what it feels like to live in the body of humanity. But you have a Savior who, there in solidarity, cries out the same words of the psalmist, my God, why have you forsaken me? When I look at the cross and I see that, I see a Jesus that understands. I see a Jesus who is there with us in the midst of the fire. And I also see one who, although it may take a couple of years, begins to restore the very hillsides that were barren and destroyed. But life begins to come back, and we get to experience a God who rescues us. That's a God that I can serve.